May 18th, 2023. Hello, everybody. It's Lisa here, Kid of the King. I just been doing a lot of thinking today about where we are in time and what's going on in the world, and also the Lord brought to my attention a dream that I had last month, and I didn't write it down, and I kind of forgot about it because my life's been so stressful. I'm sure mostly everybody's been stressed out, just the way the world is right now, what's going on with the economy and inflation, and everybody's struggling, and it's just been crazy. But anyway, I wanted to share this dream with you because well, the thing is, they say it's global warming, and it's something that we're doing, from cow farts to our cars and everything like that, but that's not it at all. I've learned a lot from Mike from Around the World on Pastor Paul Begley's show and Choose Your Mood channel and Council of Time channel he has. He teaches a lot about this stuff because he's a very knowledgeable man. I believe he's a scientist, and he also works for the government. So he has a lot of inside information that he does share with us, but he kind of talks about it kind of in riddles, but he does come out and just say some things, But anyway, what he has said, and what a lot of teachers are saying, that our planet is not heating up from greenhouse gases. It's actually heating up from all the solar waves of energy that are coming in, hitting us like crazy. If you look at all the news, have had massive auroras all over the world. Lots of auroras in Michigan, where I live, all over, because of all the huge solar winds and waves of energy that are coming in. And it goes and it heats up the ground underneath, and it's causing the earth to actually heat up. It's nothing that we're doing. And I do believe in Planet X. I believe that, as in the days of Noah, that's what God used to cause the flood and wipe out the Sumerians and the Aztecs. And every so often, God would use this binary system to wipe out mankind, but this will be the last time. Believe it or not, it doesn't matter. Soon everybody will see it. A lot of people already are seeing it. There's tons of footage, tons of proof. There's tons of hieroglyphs, petroglyphs that have it in the Egyptians' writings, on the stone tablets. There's all kinds of pictures of the binary system. And also the Hopi Indians know about it. They call it the blue and red kachina. So this goes way back. And didn't God say that there would be signs in the heavens? Yes, he did. And then he talked about wormwood, which is a giant star. And Planet X has a lot of, it has a 100-mile long trail that's attached to it. I'm sorry, I keep losing the fireplace. Trail attached to it of asteroids. So, and then God say he was going to rain down with fire this time. Where do you think it's going to come from? Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, don't believe the lies when they come up with these smart cities and want to tax you for your energy consumption and tax you for your carbon tax. It's all a bunch of malarkey for control. That's all it is. And anyway, I wanted to share a dream with you that kind of relates to what I'm talking about, the earth heating up. Now, it was very graphic. It was very much in color. It was very intense. I was sleeping, so anyway, I dreamt that there was this portal in my front room, and someone was calling me to come and show me what was through this portal. And I believe could have been an angel or something. I've never had a dream like this before in my whole life. But I wasn't really scared. I was more curious in this dream. So I went through it and I ended up underground. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know that there are underground cities underneath the earth that the globalists have built for the last days. It is biblical too, because in the sixth seal, they say, "Let the rocks fall on us and hide us from the wrath of the Lamb." Now, also, they have lots of proof and testimonies, and they've shown the entrances to these cities, like in Colorado and different places where like there's mountains. They've built these underground cities with like full cities, full. They have everything down there. They have gardens, they have water, they have shopping stores, restaurants, and only the elite have a spot there for when, it's time for them to go underground. And they know it's coming. That's why they prepare for it. This has been going on, since I'm aware of, since like 2009, 2010, they've been preparing for this. So anyway, I had a dream I was in an underground city. And like I said, it was kind of very dark down there, but they also had stores and restaurants. And there was no fans down there. It was still very hot down there when I went to sleep in my bed. There was no fans in the room that I was in, so it was very hot down there. And I was with some people, but I don't know who they were. I was with a group of people. And also in the dream, which really stuck out to me, we were listening to someone who was talking about the weather above the earth. And this person said it was 700 degrees above the earth. When I heard that number, I could not believe it. It was just crazy. I mean, who would ever believe that the temperature could get that high? But it says in the word that God's going to scorch men with heat in the last days, and they will curse him and they will not repent. I can't give you the scriptures off the top of my head, but it's all in the book of Revelation. So yes, it was very hot on top of the earth, and it was hot even underneath the earth, and we were barely surviving down there. But that's the only place that you could live to survive. Why this judgment was going on. And the dream was obviously a tribulation dream. And then all of a sudden it shoots to a scene where me and other people are being chased by this, it looked like a fallen angel, but it was very tall, and it was very demonic looking. I could only see it was just a very dark, tall, scary figure chasing us. And I definitely wanted to do us great harm. So that's all I can really remember from the dream right now. But I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share it before, but like I said, I'm going through a lot right now, and I really haven't been on my channel that much. And I noticed one of my videos, someone said something really nasty to me. It's like, oh my gosh, man, don't you have anything better to do? Especially if you're a Christian, you really shouldn't be going on Christian channels and attacking other Christians. That's so wrong, and you will be judged for that. Don't think that you're going to get away with this stuff, you guys. And if you're not saved and you're doing this to Christians, I really feel sorry for you, and I pray for you. God is really teaching me not to hate people who hate me, not to seek revenge, but to forgive and try to bless them anyway. And that's one of my hardest obstacles to overcome right now, is not to be offended, because we're living in a very lawless, wicked world right now, and things are just getting worse. And people will just kill you over nothing, over not putting the right sauce on their food at a restaurant, at a fast food restaurant. I work here in Michigan, and the Subway next door, they had a guy go get a gun, was going to bring it back and shoot them all over. His food order was made wrong. And that's what's happening right now. People are just losing it very quickly. The road rage is terrible. I drive for a living, and it's just really getting to be ridiculous. So I've been doing it 4 years. The tips are very, very good. But it's just to the point where I'm not really enjoying it anymore, because you have to be on the defense so much. You have to really be, keep your head on a swivel, because people don't care. I had the same car cut me off going to a delivery and coming back from it on a main road. They pulled off into some business, and when I was coming back, they pulled out in front of me again, and I had to slam my brakes. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, what is wrong with people? I'm a very courteous driver. I try to be, but it just, when you work with the public, you really see the worst out of people. I mean, you can see good things too, but anyway, please pray for me, because I'm really going through a lot. I don't like to talk about my personal problems, but I'm going through a lot of physical stuff right now. And the enemy's trying to attack my health. And he's, most Christians are being attacked right now in some form or fashion or the other. And just please be careful. And if you don't have a gun, please get a gun. Because when things go down with all these people who are being allowed to cross the border right now, nobody knows who they are. And watch your children. Get a gun. If you're a woman, be extra careful. Get mace. Keep mace on you. And this is not even just because of the border problem, but I'm just saying in general. I mean, shoot, I used to walk to work, and I almost got jumped twice walking home from work. It's pretty terrifying. And I live in a pretty nice area, which is considered, like I said, a nice area, but it doesn't matter where you're at anymore, even if it's a nice area or not. Be extra careful, ladies, and even, parents with your children, boys and girls. You got to really know where they're at, who they're with. Give them a ride to school. Don't let them walk by themselves, okay? Please be extra careful right now with your kids. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. I don't have any kids. I just have 2 kitties. But if I had children, believe me, I would be probably an overprotective parent. And, don't deny Jesus. Don't deny his name. But one thing is for sure, the beast system is here. The digital currency is going to start in July, and they're going to phase. This is the first phase, and they're going to slowly phase out cash. That might take about a year, maybe. I'm not for sure. But I believe we're in the tribulation, so it won't be long. I believe we're about year and a half, 2 years into it now. In other countries, Christians are being martyred more than any time in history than they ever have right now. And Christians are being persecuted here verbally. They hate us. because of all the things that are happening. You know, the left and the right problems pitting us against each other, and all the things, about moral compasses and what people stand for. And a lot of people just don't, it's not that we're we hate people. As a Christian, we love people, but we believe the word of God, And a lot of people don't like that. They're in the world, they're of the world. If you're a Christian, you should not be of the world, you're just passing through. And that's what you have to remember. And pretty soon they're going to bring out the digital ID with the health pass, which has all your vaccinations on it. You'll have to be current on everything to travel. And they're going to phase out with cars and with gas and bring in the smart cities and stuff like that. Before all this happens, try to get out of the city if you can. You got to pray to God about that. That's between you and him. But if you don't have a relationship with him, you're not going to know what to do. I'm not afraid to die for Jesus. Honestly, I've had many tribulation dreams where I've actually been martyred. I've actually died for Christ in the dream. And I think it's made me a stronger person for it. But I do believe in the rapture. Don't get me wrong. I do. I used to be pre-trib, but I'm not anymore. After everything that I've seen and the research I've done, I can just no longer believe in pre-trib anymore. But I am not against anybody who does. We all have a right to our opinion and our beliefs as far as that goes. That shouldn't separate us. But just be ready. And be ready to go through some stuff. What if Jesus decides to take us at the last minute right before his wrath, And you have to make the choice of taking the mark or dying for Christ. You better make that choice now and have it set in your mind what you're going to do. Every Christian should know what they're going to do now. It's closing in, you guys. They're closing in on us. I believe the open borders are basically a Trojan horse. I think I told my dream about the Chinese soldiers at my door in the dream, and they actually attacked my cat. And anyway, they were going door to door. But this was many, many, many years ago, before I even moved to this place where I live now. And what's so weird is it was the same setup. Like the dream that I dreamt in my old house was of this place. In the same setup of the Chinese soldiers going door to door. And the Chinese nationalists are coming over too in boats. How are they getting over here? Dabu 7 is talking about that. So check that out. There's something going on. They're going to take out our country from the inside out and bring it down. That's exactly what they're doing. So try to stock up on food and water and supplies if you can. And if you have the means, get out of the city. If you have the means to do it, if you have the money. I don't. I wish I did. I keep praying to win the lotto or something. I know we're probably not supposed to, but I say, if it's your will, God, please just, get me the money so I can leave. Anyway, like I said, I'm not afraid to die for Christ. But anyway, I think I rambled enough. I don't want to make this too long. I'm already almost 20 minutes here. But God bless you. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Don't be afraid. God did not give us a spirit of fear, a power, love, and a sound mind. And just be careful how you treat people, because it says in the 10 Commandments, the first commandment is to love God with all your mind, heart, body, and soul. and to love your neighbor as yourself. And if you're going around being mean and nasty to people, you know, there are angels writing down everything that we do. It's all being recorded, you guys, how you treat your fellow man. And you don't want to be guilty of being a bully online. Just because you're hiding behind a computer doesn't mean that God doesn't see what you're doing. And we will be accountable for everything that we do and we say and we think. So ask God for a new heart if you're not born again. Please repent and try to get right. We all need to. We all need His mercy right now. And I'm trying to pray for my enemies and to learn to forgive. You know, it's like I said, it's one of my biggest struggles myself. I've had a very rough upbringing and very hard childhood. I went through some horrible, horrible things, you guys. And bitterness is not a good thing to hold on to. And a lot of times we shove it down so far we don't even know we're carrying it. But God's been working with me on that. Let Him work with you. Ask Him to show you what you need to change and what you need to work on, and He's faithful. But anyway, have a great night, and hopefully we'll talk again soon or meet you in the air.